Well, the University of Notre Dame just announced that they won't be holding the first presidential debate in September because of, well, guess what? The coronavirus pandemic. It was the first of three scheduled presidential debates. The Commission of Presidential Debates announced the debate will now be held at Case Western University in Cleveland, Ohio. But the big question is if Joe Biden will actually show up, and do we really need to be hosting these things at huge universities? Let's bring in our company to discuss. With us today is Lauren Claffey, former Deputy Assistant Secretary for Strategic Communications and Public Affairs. And we also have radio host Steve Sanchez. Steve, Lauren, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Well, we also saw this happen with University of Michigan back in June when they also said that we don't want to be a venue for the debates. I mean, are debates even going to happen? We keep seeing these venues drop left and right, and of course they've been replaced. But Lauren, are they going to happen?
They have to happen. There is no way that we can have a presidential contest without debating the issues and hearing from both candidates in an unfiltered way. And it would be a travesty for our democracy, quite frankly. I mean, I know they're trying to force these to be in person. I think given where we are, I mean, October is forever away, but in the very least, these things need to be hosted virtually or just the two of them socially distanced on stage. I mean, there's a lot of different options that we could do, and we can't just jump to, oh, we need to cancel the debates. I mean, it needs to happen.
Steve, do you think that Joe Biden is actually going to go through with it? I know that Trump has actually challenged him to a fourth debate. Is he going to show up?
You know, look, if I was Joe Biden, I wouldn't want to show up. Remember the debates with Hillary Clinton? Yeah, I do think in some capacity he's going to show up. Like Lauren, I think it's probably going to be in some virtual sense, but the debates will go on. I'm certain of it. I'd pay pay-per-view prices to watch those debates. But Joe Biden, I don't know. He's a braver man than me because I think we can all agree there's a little dementia issue going on. And to have him there with Trump on a 1 hour debate, I don't know. I think there's going to be some problems.
Well, Steve, the funny thing is he keeps making excuses. There was a lot of talk that if Trump didn't release his taxes, he wasn't going to go. They're almost trying to establish the predicate as to why Biden can't or won't debate him. And I think it's interesting because, you know, Lauren, you know this from campaign world, that normally it's the challenger that's trying to offer up more debates to the incumbent because they want the attention. And it's the incumbent that's saying, you know, I don't want to give the challenger the attention and the focus. But because of what you brought up, Steve, if I were Trump as the incumbent, I would be saying, I want to debate you every week for 10 weeks because Joe Biden I don't think would shine in an opportunity where it's one-on-one and they're sitting there on the same stage. Trump can attack him and Joe Biden's making these mental gaffes over and over again. I mean, I think that Trump should pressure for more debates. Don't you, Steve?
I agree. If I was advising the president, I would absolutely be doing that. Joe Biden didn't even want to go on Fox with Chris Wallace. They extended an invitation. He said no. So again, I think everybody in America, even on the left, knows it would spell disaster to debate Donald Trump if you're Joe Biden, but he's going to have to do it. And yeah, he's going to use every excuse in the world. But yes, if I was the president, I would be putting some major pressure on Joe Biden to debate me every week until Election Day.
Lauren, you mentioned this, so I'm going to throw out to you my idea. You tell me what you think. I think that they should just basically say, we're going to do these on a soundstage. We're going to do them in D.C. And the reason I say D.C. is because it's easy to get to for both sides. There's plenty of sound stages, so it's not because I care about whether they're in Washington. Make it easy for them. Get rid of all the corporate sponsors. Get rid of the media monitors. Put the two candidates on stage with a timer for 2 hours and let them make their case to the American people and go back and forth. I think that's what they should do. What do you think about that brilliant idea that I just threw out at you?
I mean, I love it. Go old school. Like, let's just, we don't need all the fancy bells and whistles for this. Like, just let them battle it out. I mean, it's just shocking that we've made it such a complicated process that we can't even see what the true purpose of this is, which is a time-honored tradition in American politics that two guys go and, or, two gals, whoever, battle it out and just have a war of ideas on what the best direction is for the country. And I think that the corporate sponsorship, the location, the fact checkers, the media debate monitors and, their input to it, it's all become a distraction to what really just needs to be a focus on the candidates.
100%. I agree with this. It's gotten way away from the candidates and more about the corporate sponsors and the media. We're all on the same page if only more people would listen to us. Guys, thank you for your input. We'll see how it all shakes out in just a couple months from now.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right, Lindsay, what do you think the over-under is that these three debates, these three presidential debates and the vice presidential debate actually take place at universities with audiences?
Oh, I don't think I don't think there's good odds. I mean, we already saw the one in Michigan that's moved. No, I already think you saw the one in Michigan move to a performing arts center. I think, I think your idea is great. Why does it have to be at a university? I mean, normally that's obviously very prestigious and you have a huge crowd there. But in these circumstances, you know, it just needs to happen, I think is the bottom line. But I want to press you on something. Do you actually think it should happen without a moderator?
Yeah, I do. I 100% do. Or if there is, it's somebody that's a timekeeper. Because again, it's gotten to be about corporate sponsorships, the universities, the personalities. It's not about the candidates. Bring it back to who they are. Two candidates, one stage, a timekeeper. This is what it should be about. Because if you can't hold your own there, you're not going to hold yourself on the world stage. So I think that that's what it is. And you know, let them go at it and make sure that they get equal amount of time. But that's the only thing that should factor into this.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think the over-under is?
I think that, like I said, the problem is there's too much corporate sponsorship. There's too much involvement of the media, so that they cannot let go of the power. It's going to be somewhere like it is. But the funny thing is, if they can play baseball without a fan, they can do a presidential debate without an audience.
Oh, 100%.
They've got to go in this direction. That's where it should go.
Yeah, we have to have these.
Them. But if they can play baseball without fans and all these sports without fans, they should do this without an audience. Focus on the candidates. It's a perfect opportunity. All right,
100%.
We've already got a great show in store for you tomorrow. Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Muser is going to be here to discuss voter fraud and voting by mail. This is a big topic. Former Assistant Attorney General John Yoo, brand new book, Defender-in-Chief, and we're going to continue our Battleground 2020 series with Wisconsin. This is going to be it's a close state. We got to figure out if it's going to be able to be carried by the president again.
Greg Kelly Reports is up next.
Thanks for being part of our company. We'll see you tomorrow.